Welcome back to the channel. On October 6th, OpenAI dropped a fresh update to ChatGPT, apps inside ChatGPT. We are talking Booking.com, Spotify, Canva, and many more. Plus, a new developer kit SDK to build with. To break it down, I invite my very good friend Sarah from the Tech World podcast. So I will link in the description of the video so you can listen to Peter and Sarah talking about AI and VMware, virtualization, and everything around. Let's hear how it works and how to use it.
Today, we're diving into something that's, frankly, a massive evolution for ChatGPT. We're talking about a move beyond just chatting. ChatGPT is getting hands, and it's starting to do things. This is all thanks to a whole new world of interactive apps and a brand new SDK for developers. So let's get into it and see what this really means for all of us. So just think about this for a second. Up until now, what's been the biggest roadblock for AIs like ChatGPT? It's that last mile, right? It could give you this brilliant detailed plan for a trip, but it couldn't actually, book the hotel for you. It could help you brainstorm a killer presentation, but it couldn't build the slides. It's always been stuck at that final step of taking action. Well, that's the part that's about to completely change.
Because now it can. OpenAI is officially bridging that gap between talking and doing. They're rolling out a completely new type of app that doesn't just link you somewhere else. No, these things live and breathe right inside your chat. The whole idea is to turn your words directly into actions, into finished tasks.
Okay, so here's our game plan for this explainer. We're going to start with what these new apps are all about. Then we'll walk through how you actually use them. After that, we'll dive into the developer side of things with the SDK, touch on the super important safety and privacy stuff, and finally we'll look at what's coming next. So, first things first, what exactly makes these apps a new generation? I mean, haven't we had plugins and links for a while? The key difference here, the real game changer, is that this is not about just kicking you out to another website. This is about bringing the full power of an application right into the chat itself. So here's the official definition, but let me break it down. Basically, these are interactive tools that pop up in your chat when you need them. The magic part is that they understand plain English. So instead of hunting through menus and clicking a dozen buttons, you just ask. You describe what you want to do, and the app interface just appears ready to go. It's like your conversation suddenly grows the exact tool you need for the job. Now, if you're a developer, you need to pay close attention to this number, 800 million. That's the potential user base you can tap into by building an app for ChatGPT. Think about that. This is more than just a big audience. It's about reaching people at the exact moment they're asking for what your tool does. It's just a massive, massive opportunity.
Okay, so that's the what and the why. Now let's get practical. How do, as a user, actually use these things? Let's walk through the new experience.
So getting an app to work is designed to be super simple. There are basically two ways this happens. First, you can just call an app by its name. You start your prompt with Spotify and tell it what to do. Easy. The second way is even cooler. ChatGPT is smart enough to figure out when you need an app and will just suggest one for you right in the middle of the conversation. And don't worry, the very first time you use any app, it'll ask for your permission to connect and share data, so you're always in control. And here is where it all clicks. Look at this example. Someone just types a normal sentence. Find me a hotel in Paris with these dates and parking. Now, the old way, you'd get a bunch of links and you'd have to open 10 tabs and do all the work yourself. The new way, boom, the app just appears. You get an interactive map, you get listings with photos, prices, all the info you need right there. You never have to leave the conversation. It's a totally different experience. And this isn't some far-off future thing, by the way. It's happening right now. They've launched with a pretty awesome list of initial partners. You've got big names in travel like Booking.com and Expedia, real estate with Zillow, design tools like Canva and Figma, even Spotify and Coursera are in the mix. So it's already covering a whole bunch of different areas. Yeah, and I think this quote from Josh Weisberg at Zillow really nails it. He says it's about making real estate feel more human. And that's the whole point, right? To take something that can be super stressful, like finding a place to live, and make it feel as easy as just talking to a helpful guide. And the list is only going to get bigger. They've already announced a bunch more partners coming soon. We're talking about AllTrails, Peloton, OpenSable, even Target and Uber. So you can see how this is quickly weaving itself into pretty much every part of our day-to-day lives. Okay, so that's what it looks like from the user side. Pretty cool, right? But now, let's switch hats. For all the builders and developers out there, let's pop the hood and see what's going on with the SDK and how you actually create one of these things. Hey, and just as we're getting into the technical side of things, a real quick favor. If you're finding this useful, do me a solid and hit that like button, share it, and subscribe to the Angry Admin channel. It really helps a lot. Oh, and also, we've just launched a new podcast called The Tech World over on Spotify, so definitely go check that out. All right, thank you for that. Now let's talk about building. So the heart of this whole thing for developers is the Apps SDK, which stands for Software Development Kit. And the best way to think about it is like a Lego set. It's an open source toolkit that gives you all the pieces you need to build your app, both the behind-the-scenes logic, the brain, and the interactive part that the user actually sees and clicks on. Now, that SDK is built on top of something even more fundamental, called the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. This is the real bedrock of the whole system. Think of MCP as a kind of universal translator. It's the open standard, the shared language that lets ChatGPT communicate securely with any outside app, any tool, any database. Without MCP, none of this would work. So, what does that mean for you, the developer, in practical terms? It means freedom. You're not stuck in some walled garden. You get to use your own code. You can connect directly to your own backend systems. You can let your existing customers log in with their accounts. You can even offer premium features. It's all about giving you the control to design the experience you want to build, not one that's dictated to you. Okay, so this all sounds amazing, but I know what you're probably thinking. Connecting a powerful AI to all these different apps? That sounds like it could get messy, right? What about my data? What about safety and privacy? These are absolutely critical questions, so let's look at the guardrails OpenAI is putting up. And they've laid out some pretty clear rules. First, every single app has to play by OpenAI's usage policies, and they have to be appropriate for everyone. Second, developers have to be upfront with a clear privacy policy and only collect the data they absolutely need. But here's the most important part. You, the user, are always in the driver's seat. Nothing gets shared until you click approve on that initial connection screen. And they're promising even more detailed controls are coming soon. All right, so we've covered the what, the how to use, and the how to build. Just one big piece left. Where is this all heading? Let's take a peek at the roadmap for what comes next. Okay, so they're rolling this out in stages, which is smart. Right now, the SDK is in a preview mode, so developers can get in there and start tinkering. Then, later this year, they'll open up the doors for app submissions. We'll also see these apps become available for business, enterprise, and education plans. And two really big things are on the horizon: a dedicated app store or directory to make finding these things easier, and, the big one, details on how developers can actually make money from their creations. But honestly, the long-term vision here is way bigger than just ChatGPT. And it all comes back to that MCP protocol we talked about. Because it's an open standard. The ultimate goal here is that an app you build once could run anywhere that supports the standard. Think about that. It's a huge push against creating closed-off ecosystems or walled gardens in the AI world, and that is a really, really good thing for everyone. So it's pretty clear this is just the beginning. We're really standing at the start of a fundamental change in how we interact with technology. And that brings me to the final question I want to leave you with, to get you thinking. Looking at your own work, your own hobbies, What's the one app you wish you could just talk to inside ChatGPT? What's the one thing that would be a total game changer for you? Seriously, I want to know. Drop your ideas in the comments section below. I'm genuinely curious to see what you all come up with. And that's a wrap for this explainer. Thanks so much for watching. If this was helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Let us know what you think, and we'll catch you on the next one.